Hello everyone. So today we have with us Dr. Sagar Kesarwani, who has cracked FMGE Jan 25 exam in his very first attempt, and that too with a very good score of 199. So heartiest congratulations, Dr. Sagar.
Thank you, ma'am.
So Sagar, we would really like to know, from where you have done your MBBS, and also whom would you like to credit your success to?
Ma'am, I did my MBBS from Russia, and I will mainly say that all my parents have helped me in this. My brother, my mom, and from the resources, of course, ma'am, I used a Marrow app for till sixth year of my MBBS. Then I have didn't watch the videos. After coming here, I mainly did the notes of the rapid revision. I saw those notes and I followed your timetable as you told to finish this time, this subject till this time, and you will take a class according to that. So I took it very seriously and I followed that timetable. It really helped me in the last all the time, all the things finishes on a particular time. So it was very comfortable. Like you made it from 15 August, you started it, and it was till I think 8 October.
Okay.
So yes, ma'am, it was till 8 October, and the last subject Ops Gynac, and then PSM was the last. So I was even sharing my marks in your personal chat that how my marks are increasing. I started from 130 marks, ma'am, my first score.
Uh-huh.
It was in, I think, ma'am, in September. In September and October, I was getting 130 marks in the grand test.
Okay.
Then slowly and slowly, like as your classes started, and I keep on revising it. So it reached till 196, 197. Like these scores I reached
Oh,
in
nice.
Marrow.
I do remember, you being one of the very active members on the Telegram group as well,
Yes,
or otherwise, right? So I very vividly remember your name as well. And I was, when you messaged post result as well.
yes.
So yeah, I was equally happy as much as you were.
It
So,
was really,
Sagar, we would really like to know, you have been an ardent follower of the short classes also as well, the live classes that we had, and even the tests that we used to conduct, the mini small test, right? So, how did all of that help in your journey, and how did you make the best use of it?
ma'am, mainly I will say with the questions like you were taking at that time, the mixed questions of FMG and NEET PG along with NICT. When I was solving those questions, I was getting the confidence like, okay, I know these things. And then along with that, there was time going on that, okay, who is the rank one? From the physiology, I started. Your first session was of physiology.
So
So I started
KPMD
and I
sessions,
was,
basically. The
ma'am?
KPMD sessions, कौन
Yes,
बनेगा
ma'am.
MD
Yes,
session.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So it was of physiology. So I was in the rank one at that time also. So then it was really interesting in the home, sitting alone in the home and studying in the room. But there is something like motivating you every time. It really helped in that way, ma'am.
Oh,
And mainly, ma'am, for the last resort revision, I will say, in the last, when, because I don't make notes, like I'm really like not so much good in making short notes so that I can revise in the last, but your notes are so much concise and up to the point that you cannot forget those things and go to the exam hall. So in January, ma'am, I revised your note three times.
oh,
I didn't saw my rapid revision videos, neither any notes. I just saw your notes which you made from all the subjects, even your extra edge of the major subjects like gynac, like surgery.
mhm.
Surgery, the extra edge was so much helpful, ma'am. So those big subjects where a lot of questions are coming, I saw all the extra edge videos also. So in the last, I revised all those things one time, two times, three times. So as much as I can, I was memorizing those things because I was not prepared like in that way that okay, I have one notebook, I will just sit and I will just finish that subject. But your notes make it easy in the last.
Okay, nice. So I hope that gives a sigh of relief to other students also who do not make the notes, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because
It's
suppose
really
ये
helpful.
होता है कि notes नहीं बनाया तो फिर exam crack करना difficult होगा,
Yes, ma'am.
right? But then the short, the magic book and the extra edge notes. basically come to your rescue for the last minute revision as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, not even in the FMG, I will say it's going to be my option in the PG. Surely, ma'am, for me, like everything for PG, INI, CTI, it's going to be my last resort every time. I am going to, in the last 3 to 4 days, I am going to follow that only.
Nice, nice, Sagar. I'll be more than happy to help you in that journey as well.
Yes, ma'am. I will be connected always.
Yes, yes, definitely. So, Sagar, suppose you are someone who's preparing for the upcoming June July 25 exam. If you could tell us the strategy, how those students who are planning for that exam should basically start preparing and plan their entire preparation.
Ma'am, for me, for them, I will say that it's best like the timetable you already made. For them, I saw in the Telegram, you made the timetable for PG also and for FMG people also. So I will suggest all those students to just follow your timetable. It's exactly perfect. The subject, the time given to each subject, because people with my friends, which what problem happened, they gave lot of time to subjects in the starting. Only they started with gynecology, surgery, and but your timetable, it's like from basically starting from physiology, biochemistry.
Mm.
Then these subjects will help you a lot in the big subjects.
Yes.
So I like that way of preparation, because other students, they were scoring good marks than me from the GT because they finished big subjects.
Hmm.
But I was happy because my basics are clearing according to your timetable. Your physiology, it was first, then biochemistry came, then patho, micro. These subjects will make your basics so much clear that in the last, when you will study medicine and big subjects like gynec, everything will become on the way, ma'am. Like everything will be so smooth.
Correct. So basically, starting with the basic subjects like we have,
Yes, ma'am.
then building on to the clinical subjects, and when should one start giving the grand test?
Ma'am, for me, I will say for them, grand test, you can start like before preparing. First of all, before you start to prepare, one time you should give the grand test and see where you are standing exactly. According to that, you should measure like how much marks you are increasing every time. Because I gave approximately 10 to 12 grand test, ma'am.
Yes.
And I started from the recall of the June 2024. So I started from there. Then how I didn't started my preparation at that time. I didn't started my revision, like last revision. It was just like 6 years preparation, nothing revised. So I just gave it and I got a score of like approximately 128, 129, something like this. So then you know that where you are standing and how much you have to exactly work on. So it's better to give it every 15 days, I will suggest. And always start with the GT. It will give a lot of confidence. And if you have overconfidence also, it will make it lower. So I will say that it's good to start with the GT. As I will prepare for my PG now, I will also start with the GT again.
Right. So I think you've given a very good point that one should basically start with giving a recall GT first,
Yes.
because you get to know that how exactly was the last exam. And you know that suppose if you were there giving that exam, how much you would have scored, right, with the current level of preparation. And then you accordingly build on that. I mean, that's a very good suggestion. Right. And then when you used to review the GTs, I mean, did you review all the questions or only the ones that you made wrong? How was your approach on that?
No, ma'am. For me, I was seeing all the questions because I was really excited to know what mistakes I did. How, yes, ma'am. So I see each and every questions, even what I make correct, even if there is some by chance I make it correct or I don't remember that question, but by ruling out the options. So I saw all those things that, yeah, this thing helped me. So I can try this strategy in the exam hall also. So I always see all the questions, even what is wrong, what is right. Even the question which I make right, I used to give it less time, but I used to see all the questions.
Okay, nice. And since you mentioned about ruling out the options, I also remember, you mentioning that how the MCQ discussion classes that we have in the Medsynapse app, they help you to learn those MCQ solving skills, right?
Yes, ma'am. That thing is very important. That MCQ solving skills mainly in the exam hall when there is a pressure, 1,000 students are sitting next to you. It's just a big hall and announcement is going on. You don't know all the things, ma'am. I will give an example. Like there was one question directly asking in which form the heat is radiated from the body. I don't know exactly like how the radiation happens. It was like conduction, convection, infrared rays. So it was at that time I was thinking evaporation was also in the option. I was just thinking what it is. I don't know. I didn't study it. Like okay, that and the answer was infrared rays. So I just rule out other option that evaporation is not a form of radiation. Conduction needs some touch. Convection is from the air. So radiation can be infrared radiation. So ma'am, like that you can rule out lot of options when there's a pressure condition and you don't know the exact answer.
Okay, nice. I mean, so you really you develop those skills only by practicing. It does not come
Yes, ma'am.
suddenly in the exam hall.
Exactly, ma'am.
Right.
Mainly by doing the GTs and seeing your videos of all the MCQ, I was like really like ma'am very fixed time. Like okay, this time is for ma'am. I just come in the room, sit completely, and listen to each and everything which you say. And ma'am, my favorite quote which you always like say that the choiceless state is the best state. So
Yeah.
ma'am, that's the best. I always keep it and write it even in the paper in front of me. That
Right.
always keep a choiceless state. It will help you.
Yeah, very true. Because otherwise, your mind always is distracted and will give you all the excuses to not study
Ma'am.
because that takes efforts, right? And it's not that interesting. You have so many other interesting things to do, and your mind will distract you towards that. But when
Yes,
you
ma'am.
are conscious of being in that choiceless state, right? No excuse state, basically, I
Yes,
think
ma'am.
your productivity automatically increases.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And Sagar, we would also like to know, you attended the short classes that we had. So did you also have the magic book which was there? You ordered it separately, or did you make your own notes, or you just use the PDFs which were there attached to each video?
Ma'am, as I told, like I don't write anything. Like I am very lazy in those things. So I downloaded your PDFs, which
Okay.
were there, which you already wrote everything.
Were
So
you able
I
to read that? I mean, I myself doubt my handwriting.
no, ma'am, it's really like nice. I have only those notes only.
Okay.
I
So
revised my things from your notes, what you write, everything. I just like that only, and I read it, and it's completely understandable. That's why, ma'am, I watched your all the videos also two times.
okay,
One time I watched it, then second time again, then it become like a easy, like everything is understandable. Now I can revise it just by seeing it.
seeing the PDF.
So in the beginning, ma'am, like it's okay. It is a 1.5 hour video. People will say, okay, ophthalmo is only 1.5 hours, but in reality, that 1.5 hour is like 5 to 6 hour session.
Hmm.
That much content is there. You should have that much basics exactly like to understand and to grasp all those things.
Yes, true. Yes, and Sagar, and if you look upon your journey, anything which you feel that, this is something I could have done better, or maybe anything like whether I could have started earlier or anything, whatever. Is there anything that you think कि ये शायद मैं करता तो शायद और अच्छा हो पाता?
मैम मेरे लिए सबसे ज्यादा वो था कि जो इस बार का पेपर था मैम जनवरी वाला उसमें थोड़ा सा लेंदी पेपर था फर्स्ट पार्ट जो आया था तो मैम उसमें पीएसएम के क्वेश्चंस कुछ ज्यादा ही अजीब अजीब थे मतलब 80% 20% पता नहीं क्या क्या उसके लिए मैम क्वेश्चंस इजी थे लेकिन आई वाज नीडिंग अ पेन एंड कॉपी समथिंग टू राइट आई वाज नॉट एबल टू रिमेंबर द लास्ट वैल्यू हाउ आई कैन कैलकुलेट फर्दर सो दैट क्वेश्चन टेक सम टाइम फ्रॉम मी वो क्वेश्चन में बहुत समय ले लिया मैम तो उसकी वजह से मेरे इजी क्वेश्चंस छूट गए
Okay.
कुछ क्वेश्चंस में मैं पहुंच ही नहीं पाया मतलब लिटरली मैम मेरे दो तीन क्वेश्चंस में पहुंच नहीं पाए और वो इजी इजी क्वेश्चंस मैंने रिकॉल के टाइम देखा और मेरा 199 मार्क्स जब आया तो मुझे लगा कि मैम 200 तो इजीली क्रॉस हो रहा था बहुत आराम से और मैंने टाइम मैनेजमेंट की वजह से मुझे प्रॉब्लम हो गई सो मैम मैं फ्यूचर में स्टूडेंट से यही कहूंगा कि ये लोग मतलब ये पेपर बनाते समय ये लोग बहुत ज्यादा वो करते समझ में नहीं आता कि एग्जैक्टली किस तरीके से वो लोग पूछना चाहते हैं वो लोगों का ये था कि वो क्वेश्चंस देखो और समझो कि ये क्वेश्चंस करने हैं और ये क्वेश्चन नहीं करने हैं ये चीज जानना बहुत जरूरी है मैम एग्जाम हॉल में
कोई क्वेश्चन अगर आप स्किप कर देते फॉर द टाइम बिंग क्योंकि वो टाइम टेकिंग था तो आप
यस
बाकी
मैम
के थोड़े वन डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन वर्सेस 3 4 इजी क्वेश्चंस आप
यस
कर
मैम
सकते थे बट वही है वो एग्जाम हॉल में उतना थिंकिंग रहना बिकॉज यू आर इन सो मच ऑफ स्ट्रेस सो all this needs practice again, I believe. Anticipating कि ऐसा अगर हुआ तो this is what I will do. So anticipating कि ये हो सकता है और दे मेरा solution रहेगा वो टाइम पे.
मैम बिकॉज आई गेव लॉट ऑफ जीटी, मैंने बहुत सारे जीटीज दिए, मुझे कभी टाइम मैनेजमेंट की प्रॉब्लम नहीं हुई। और एग्जाम हॉल में मेरे पास फर्स्ट टाइम ऐसा था कि हाँ मुझे टाइम मैनेजमेंट की प्रॉब्लम हो रही थी।
क्योंकि एग्जाम
मैम
में क्या होता है ना, हर क्वेश्चन पे ओवर थिंक भी करते हैं, क्योंकि
यस मैम।
रियल एग्जाम है। जीटी में भी अलग कि थोड़ा गैस भी कर लिया, ये भी है नॉट वरीड अबाउट इट कि क्या ही फर्क पड़ेगा, सो एग्जाम में जनरली टाइम ज्यादा ही लगता है। दैट्स व्हाई से एवरीबॉडी की जब आप जीटीज भी कर रहे हो तो टाइम के पहले एटलीस्ट हाफ एन आवर पहले खत्म करो, ताकि वो एक्स्ट्रा टाइम की आपको आदत हो कि वो मिल जाएगा फिर एग्जाम में.
Yes, ma'am. I will follow this in my PG, ma'am. Surely I will do it. I understand that thing now
You are a
completely.
smart person, right? You are like पहले नहीं, क्या चलो अभी नीट पीजी के लिए कर लेंगे, I mean.
Yes, ma'am. I was really like मुझे नीट पीजी 2025 देने का ही बहुत मन है, लेकिन इंटर्नशिप के सिवाय मैं दे ही नहीं सकता हूँ उसको मैम।
नेवर माइंड सागर, हम डेफिनेटली वापस मिलेंगे आपके नीट पीजी के रिजल्ट के बाद विद अनदर इंटरव्यू, यू
आई
नो.
विश।
Yes, definitely, definitely. So, Sagar, thank you so much for all the insights that you have given, and I'm very happy and proud of you with all the results that you have got. And it's only onwards and upwards from here with NEET PG, INICT there, right? We'll always we are together in this, and we are going to crack it together further as well.
Thank you, ma'am. And ma'am, it was my dream to talk to you. Seriously, like I, after watching all your videos and everything, it was my dream that one day, okay, I will maybe able to talk to you after scoring some marks. I was planning to do much more better, but it's okay, ma'am. Next time I will try more better.
No, I mean, you've done really well in the first attempt itself, and that too, not joining any coaching and being at home and preparing and getting such a great score. It's really commendable.
Yes, ma'am. And ma'am, like your questions also, like ma'am, there were a lot of questions which I solved from your MCQ solving and your mnemonics in the exam hall. There was a lot of questions there about and like they didn't took much time. There were a lot of questions like the students who joined Medsynapse, they will know about how ma'am told about the treatment of leprosy and how it was, the question was exactly pattern on the same. And there was ma'am one question about that mnemonic Maji, that one that about the
Sarcomere.
sarcomere length, and which you said about high and by which things decreases. There was a question about that also. So, ma'am, these questions exactly like, because at that time I was not remembering like what was increasing, decreasing. At that time, only mnemonics helped me in the last moment. So,
True.
ma'am, there were a lot of questions like this. So it was really good.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sagar, for helping me reinforce the faith in, whatever I'm doing, and letting us know that. Thank you so much. And all the very best for your future journey as well.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, my mom is here. Just she want to say hi once.
Sure, 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 sure.
Come on. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning. Namaste, auntie. How are you?
कैसे हो? I am fine.
बढ़िया. I mean, congratulations आपको भी. बहुत ही अच्छा स्कोर आया है सागर का.
मैम, लेकिन इन्होंने भी, सागर ने भी बहुत मेहनत की, बहुत ज्यादा, मतलब हर चीज से हटके एकदम अलग, बहुत टाइम इन्होंने दिया पढ़ाई के लिए।
I mean, I'm so happy to see कि आप अपने बेटे का एकदम ऐसे सपोर्ट और तारीफ कर रहे हैं. उसकी मेहनत तो है, बट साथ में आपका सपोर्ट, घर का खाना और जो सब उसको मिला होगा. आई एम प्रीटी श्योर कि आपका सपोर्ट हैज प्लेड अ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल. उसके बिना तो हो ही नहीं पाता,
ये नहीं।
है ना. उसने मेहनत तो की है. और स्पेशली आपको थैंक यू बोलना चाहिए हमने कि फॉर आपके बच्चों को ऐसे आगे बढ़ाने के लिए और सपोर्ट करने के लिए.
जी
थैंक यू
मैम।
सो मच. थैंक यू.
थैंक यू मैम।
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Sagar. Thank you.